Hey everybody, here we have a computer in for service, and the thing that's wrong with it is it has what I believe is a rogue antivirus infection on it. So, I'm going to start this thing up and see what's going on with it. Has Windows XP Home, the Service Pack 3, all the updates, and it had Microsoft Security Essentials on it. And because of things like this, I switched back to AVG. It's called XP Home Security 2012 Alert. So it's a fairly new one. And it's saying that the SoundMax program for the audio in this computer is infected. So what we're going to do here is we're going to remove this. So this will be another removal tutorial. And notice here, this program has disabled automatic updates. It's done a lot of things. So let's go ahead and get this taken care of. Go ahead and adjust the screen resolution back to 1024 by 768. It's currently set at 800 by 600. Okay, so we got the resolution adjusted. Alrighty. Now let you have a little closer look at the screen here. And it's called XP Home Security 2012. Alright, let's see if we can pull up Task Manager. So right click on the taskbar and select Task Manager. And we did manage to pull it up on this one. So this rogue here is kind of lame. There are some rogues out there that will disable Task Manager and just really mess with Windows. Really bad. But in this case, this one here didn't go to the extreme level of disabling stuff. Though it did disable access to the internet. So what we're going to do here is we're going to right click and say go to process. Find out what process it is. It's called qkm.exe. The only thing that sucks about Windows XP's Task Manager is it doesn't have a function to open file location. Maybe this feature is available in XP Pro, I'm not sure. But in Windows 7 I can right click and say go to open file location and figure out exactly where the file is located. But we're going to take a guess here. I believe it's located in the app data folder. So we'll go ahead and click run. Well, first we're going to end this. It's called qkm.exe. Hit in process. Okay, bye bye. Alright, we'll go ahead and type in here msconfig. This will open the system configuration tool, which, matter of fact, this thing must have multiple processes. It just restarted itself. That's what it's doing. And click run, and just keep looking for this thing. So if it keeps blocking msconfig, alright, we're going to go into what's called safe mode. So as you see, we failed to stop this program within the regular mode, so now we got to go into safe mode. Click restart the computer, and when the computer restarts, before you see the Windows XP splash screen, you'll hit F8 repetitively and it'll take you to the Windows Advanced Startup options. Press F8 repetitively and have a look here. Here's our Windows Advanced Options menu. We're going to be selecting Safe Mode with Networking. So that way I can access the files on the network and still work on this thing at the same time. Select Windows XP Home, and it's going to load into safe mode. So just give it a moment. Okay, now we're in safe mode. You might be able to see here. There's little safe mode things on the corners of the screen. Sign into the user account. You can also sign into an administrator too if you want. And of course on Windows XP you'll get a notification saying that hey, we're running safe mode. We're going to click yes. Okay, here I am in safe mode and this thing is still running. And let me just go ahead and show you a fine example of a rogue antivirus program. Average antivirus programs like ABG, McAfee, Norton do not just keep popping up over and over and over again and scan all the time and give you all these alerts unless you really have stuff wrong with your computer. Just have a look here at what it does. And what it's trying to do, it tries to get you to buy it. It tries to get you to buy the fake program. What they're doing is they're trying to get your money. What else is funny is the hard drive is actually running wide open like it's actually doing a scan, but all it's doing is just looking at seeing what files are on the computer and come up with fake alerts about them. So let's go ahead and in the process qkm.exe. Now the fun part comes. Seeing that Windows XP's Task Manager doesn't have an open file location function, we're going to have to just do a manual search within Windows Explorer. Let's say all files and folders in the search thing. QKM. And we'll search. We're going to let this search go on, and once it gets finished, I'll actually go in and manually delete the file. Here's a prefetch for it. I'll go ahead and delete that. Do a permanent deletion. Not to the recycle bin. So I'm going to change some settings here. I believe this file must be hidden because it's not showing up. Includes all. I'm going to do the expanded search to all files and folders. So it's going to do a search again. We're going to see if I can find it. Okay, we found it. After doing the full search, it only took a couple of seconds. Just right after I stopped recording, it popped up. QKM, it's an executable. It's located in the C, Documents and Settings, User, Local Settings, Application Data. And of course, if it was Vista or Windows 7, it will locate itself in the C, Users, such and such name, App Data, so on. So we're going to go ahead and do a Shift Delete here. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to navigate to this file. I'm going to tell Windows Explorer to show every file and folder, whether being hidden or not. I'm going to navigate to where this is located. So we're going to go to C, Docs and Settings, Users, Local Settings, Application Data, and here it is. Shift Delete. Now, we're going to see if we can get this to work now. Let's go and try loading Malwarebytes 10-time malware. I tried loading it earlier and it didn't work because that QKM kept popping up every time. So let's go ahead and navigate to Malwarebytes and malware. This is my program installers. Evidently this thing has done some serious damage to the computer. Okay, what has happened here is that rogue antivirus program messed up Windows XP's file associations. So now XP thinks, the Explorer thinks that exe files are associated with a program. So when you double click an exe, it asks you what program to open it with, as if it's like a let's say like a Word file or Excel file or picture file or anything like that. So what I gotta do here is use Task Manager to launch command prompt. You click File, hold Control key down, click New Task. It's a launch command prompt. Now we gotta navigate to the desktop. Now we're on the desktop. Let's go ahead and launch the file. Go ahead and run through the Malwarebytes setup. And after running this, if it still doesn't fix the Windows XP file associations, I can fix that later on with the file I downloaded. Let's see if it'll launch without a bunch of trouble. Okay, it's performing an update. Successfully updated. Now if you already have the program installed, be sure to run to the update tab and perform an update. We're going to do a full scan here. Scan the entire C drive. Let this run. This way it can remove any rogue files on this thing. Okay, the scan is completed and it found 46 items or so. I'm going to restart the computer now. So that way it can finish removing threats. Oh, and now Microsoft Security Essentials pops up. So, this will be the last time I ever use Microsoft Security Essentials ever. I'll just go back to AVG. Now I gotta go ahead and install AVG, and that way this thing will be protected better. Anyways, that was removal of the rogue program. Anyways, any questions or comments, feel free to ask.